Good morning, everybody. This is your toothless carnivore, Elizabeth. Finally back on. Sorry about the delay in videos, but it's been one of those weeks. It's been good, and it's been rough. So, that's how it goes. For those who are watching for the first time, my name's Elizabeth. I am a carnivore since, or have been a carnivore, since February 7th of 2023. I started at 243 pounds, and this morning when I got on the scale, I was at 193. And this is all in thanks to the carnivore diet, and it's literally saving my life. I still have a lot of work to do. I found that out when I got my lab results back. I told y'all that I, was going last Thursday to get my blood checked, and my doctor's eyes bugged out of his head when I went in with a list, as recommended by Dr. Ken Berry's book, Comprehensive Labs, I think is the name of it. I'll have to double check that. But anyway, I watched his video on what labs to ask for, and it was page 16 of his book. So I wrote them all down. And I went in, and first I warned the doctor that I had a list of what I wanted done. He's like, okay. And then I handed him the list, and all his response was, good Lord. And he checked off the ones he would do, and there were 7 that he did not do. It's more than he would have given me in a regular blood test. A few of my results were really good, so I'm very proud of that. A few of my results, not so much. I still got work to do. I know the culprit. I know why they suck, pretty much. Confession time, I'm not perfect. Never have been, never will be. And I have been a smoker for 30 years, ever since my father passed away. And this year will mark his 32nd anniversary of his death. So, pretty much 31 years this time around I've been smoking. I quit for 2 years back my freshman year of college, and was doing really good, and then my dad died. So, my mental thought at that point was, well, I can function and smoke, I can't function and drink. And that's all I wanted to do, was just hide under a hole, because my father was my everything. And when we lost him to pretty much a doctor-induced heart attack, yeah, my faith in doctors, my faith in myself, my faith in the world was just gone for a long time. It took a lot of hard work and a lot of fortitude and a lot of depression, a lot of get your act together, girl, what's going on, and then I had kids, and I tried to get it together for them. After my son was born, postpartum kicked my butt. And I'd also gotten 3 of my stepchildren at that point while I was pregnant with my son. And we lived in a little 2-bedroom house with 1 bathroom back in the sticks beside a cow farm. And I had no community. My mom was still working, my sister lived out of town, my brother was out of town. He was military. He is military. Retired. My sister's a school teacher, or was. She's retired. I think I'll probably retire when I take my last breath. But those are my choices that I made that lead me to, that led me to here. And, I don't mind. I don't mind the work. It's fine. But there's been a lot of shakeups this past week that are starting to open my eyes on some things. And I was, last video I was telling you about the 75 hard, and that, I was going to do it, and then all this hit me, and I realized I can't give it the proper attention it needs. I can't give it the discipline that it requires right now. Now, I'm not saying I'll never do it. It's just postponed for the moment. So, I'm still carnivore. Still gonna, eat meat and fat and try and regulate everything else to nothing. I am not going to do the line diet because that requires no coffee. And yeah, I've already given up a lot. And I'm about to give up something else that, has been hard to do. But with God's help, I can do it. And I know I can. And I will. I want those numbers fixed. I want to be able to show my doctor that I'm not stupid. That I'm not just blindly leading or following, the carnivore leaders of the groups right now, and that I don't have a mind of my own. I think I ticked him off a little bit, but, oh well, whoops, sorry. I just don't know how long it's going to take to fix those numbers. I don't know, I said I've been smoking for over 30 years now. The thought of not waking up and firing one up and, doing my daily stuff, and it's another one of those scary things. Even though I know it's killing me. I know it's horrible. And I know it's stupid. Every time I light one up and breathe in that smoke, I know, how dumb is this? Why? My husband quit almost 3 years ago. And I'm so proud of him, because he'd been smoking longer than me. But it's just one of those, you have to be ready. You have to have a why. And that's kind of the catchphrase of the time, at the moment, is, what is your why? Those lab numbers slapped me hard. I was thinking I was invincible, that I was fixing everything, and everything was going to be beautiful. And yeah, not so much. But I do have to say, my A1C has gone down to 5.2. I am no longer pre-diabetic. That one's a good one. I'm proud of that. Now my LDL, I don't care. That's fine. And I said that pretty much to my doctor, and he looked at me and said, well, I hope you don't die of a heart attack. And I'm like, okay. Nope, that's not the plan, doc, The problem is my HDL is too low, and my triglycerides are still high. That's because of the stupid cigarettes. So those are going to go. I bought a vape, and that was Dr. Ken Berry and Nisha's suggestion, is go to vaping. Get the smoke out of the equation. If you need the nicotine, get the nicotine. It's an inert thing where it's not, yes, it's the addictive part, but it'll be one part instead of all the parts that are go along with the cigarette. This is not going to be an easy journey. I think it was easier to give up my carbs and sugars than it's going to be to give up these cigarettes. But I will get there. I will be able to identify as a non-smoker very soon. I do not have any more cigarettes in the house. I do not plan on spending any more hard-earned money on that crap. Will I make it? Yeah. Will it take me a while? Yeah. I didn't get fat overnight. I'm not going to get skinny overnight. I didn't start smoking yesterday. I started over 30 years ago. It's going to take me a little bit. But it will happen, and it will happen very soon. And like I said, I bought a vape. I have it right there. There's no nicotine in this one. It's simply for the habit, and that's what right now is something I have to break, because I sit down at the computer, I grab a cigarette. Riding in the car, I get bored or whatever, and I'll grab a cigarette. And now I'll be vaping. I will be, hopefully this is going to be a short-term solution to a long-term success. And I can do it. With God's help, with your encouragement, with your help. I can do this. And I'm looking forward to being smoke-free. So, that was one part of my week that made me decide that I'm not quite ready for the 75 hard. That was a gut shot, but it's okay. I'm tough. Mama didn't raise a wuss. The second part was my aunt just turned 75 Saturday, and we went out to dinner, and I've watched so many videos from other carnivores that are like, if it's a celebration, if it's something like that, enjoy it. Well, we went to a restaurant, and it's a seafood restaurant, but they did have steaks, so I ordered a steak, because I don't know what they cook their seafood in, and I wasn't going to press my luck, because I knew I had one cheat that I was going to do. I was going to have one little slice of cake, and my piece was about that big. And I did, and I enjoyed it. Did I wake up this morning kind of achy? Yeah. But this was to celebrate my aunt's life and her continued life. It was worth it. But I woke up this morning, had my coffee, got on the road, and walked for about a half hour. Just booking it as hard as I could for that whole time. Come back home, and tonight my husband and I will do our about 2.5 mile trek this evening. And, it was an intentional cheat. It was something, or treat, I guess I should say, not a cheat, but a treat. It was a celebration of life. And if it made her happy that I had a teeny tiny little piece of her cake, that's what I was going to do. And yeah, I'm paying for it today. I can feel every joint in my body. I can feel every muscle that I have overused and abused the last few days. I can feel it all. But it's okay. I know how to fix that. And I am fixing that. Got a lot of fixing to do this week. And from here on out, we're not perfect. It's a never-ending journey. It's not one of those one-and-done deals. This is a lifestyle. This is a choice. And I'm excited about my choices. I'm scared out of my ever-loving mind, but I'm excited. Just know that I'm just normal. I'm just trying to pay the bills. I'm just trying to get things done. And I can tell that I had stuff that I haven't had in a long time, because look at these bags. All of that. That crap's from the junk I ate last night. And, oh well. So I look my age today. I look a little rough. But it's also not sleeping well. The test results screwed with my head for a while. That's why another reason it took me this long to get back in a video. But this isn't a death sentence. This is a opportunity. Let's fix it. Let's show him. And that's pretty much what I want to do. He tried to get me to go back on my statins, and I politely declined. I was like, I think that's what was giving me my vertigo. I don't want to be dizzy. I don't want to do that. I think that was what was messing with my head. in a lot of ways. So I politely declined his statins. And even in the doctor's notes on the labs, he pushed again, reiterated that I really think you should let me do this. And if you change your mind, just let me know and I'll call him in. You're going to be waiting a while, Doc. Ain't doing it. He means well. But he is of the Weight Watchers mindset. You know. Yeah, no. I'm not a everything in moderation kind of person. Because if I start, I'm going to finish it. As far as the junk. If I do, you can have a slice of this, like, the cake's not around me. It's gone. I was like, nope, not taking any of that home. Do not give it to me. I refuse to buy vegetable oils. I refuse to buy my husband's old favorite, margarine. The Country Crock stuff. No. Not coming back in my house. This is a journey. This is a step-by-step process. Got a long way to go, but now I'll have the time to go the distance with it. And hopefully I'll have y'all along for the ride. Now, I know I'm not the most interesting person in the world, and I know this is kind of just a babble session from an old woman, but, I like to have fun. And I know this is more of a video than my normal pep talks and things like that, but, I promised you real life. And this is my life. Good, bad, ugly, otherwise. It's me. So, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing and liking and sharing. I am trying to grow my channel to get the word out there that, you can choose what you want for your life. This is just another option. And this one's a really good one. It may not be for everybody. And there are versions and variations on carnivore, from ketovore to keto to just dropping out some carbs out of your life. There's different levels. When you're ready for the next level, you pick it up and run with it. In the meantime, I went from full-on standard American diet to full tilt, stop, dead, and dropped everything. That was probably not the best way to go. I've made a lot of mistakes throughout that journey since February, and I've learned from them, thank goodness. Mama didn't raise a wuss, and she didn't raise an idiot either. Sometimes I want to ignore, and I have ignored the repercussions of what I've stuck in my mouth as far as food-wise and cigarettes and all that, and I've ignored it for a very long time. Now I am starting to be able to feel when I screw up, when I take a treat day, when I do things that I know are not good for me, but I do it anyway. I pay for that, but that's good because eventually it's going to stick, and much to my doctor's dismay, I ain't taking no statins. He was so irritated with me, he pretty much huffed and walked out of the room. But yeah, it was hilarious when he saw my list of lab requests, because, yeah. He's like, nah, we ain't doing that. That one's for your heart doctor. That's not for me to do. Okay. But I'm still trying to decipher. I have to go back and look at, Dr. Berry's information again and see what range certain things should be in. I have several things that are high, and I don't know if I should worry about them or not, but I'm not really worried about it. I'm fixing it. Little by little, I'm fixing it. The smoking is going to be the hardest flipping thing. Dropping sugars, dropping carbs, I thought that was, nope. Those dumb cigarettes are going to be the one thing that's going to be my battle. But I know I can do it. have faith. I have hope. And I hope I have y'all's prayers. And just making those things the nastiest tasting things ever, and I never want to touch them again. So, thank you for being here with me. Thank you for backing me. Please like, share, subscribe, and just know that Granny loves you. Have a blessed day, y'all.